So I have, oh yes, and this is Robert and Resnex 2.3 continued. Okay, and so I have a vector like that, and I also have a vector like this, and we're combining them, and this is 4.3, and this is 5.2, okay, and this is B, and this is A, and we're going to do A plus B. Okay, well, the first thing that I see here is that when we do A plus B, okay, well, before I even get into it, let me list out A in the horizontal direction. Vector A in the horizontal direction is 5.2, and that's at 0 degrees, okay. A in the y direction, in the vertical direction is 0. Alright, doesn't matter what degree that is, it's 0. Okay, and then B in the horizontal direction is 2.46. And then B in the y direction is 3.52. And I forget that I don't even really need to put this angle because I've already told you guys what direction it's going in. Alright, and so the one thing that I'm noticing is we can go ahead and mark this as a negative. We see that B is going towards negative x. It's going towards the left and up. Alright, so that's going to mark as negative. Alright, and then our y direction, this is going to be positive. Okay, so that was a hiccup that I made. When I come back here, we should have applied the negative right here to this cosine. That should have been a negative 4.3, alright, because of the direction that it's going. Okay, the magnitude is 4.3, but the direction is towards our negative x, not our positive x. Alright, which would have given us an answer of negative 2.46, the slip-ups, okay. Alright, so what we're going to do, how we're going to get that x resultant vector is we're going to have, alright, x in the x direction squared plus x in the y direction squared. Okay, this is how we're combining the two vectors. Just have this resultant formula, alright? We already talked about how to do it with right triangles, okay? Our vectors here are separated basically into right triangles. We have separated these forces, I'm sorry, whoa, we have separated these vectors into either horizontal or vertical, and because of that, okay, our vectors either lie in this
axis,
right, or this plane.
Axis.
Okay, there's no vectors in this plane, or whatever, that's not even a plane, so there's no vectors there in those directions yet. I mean, there are, but we have not represented them as such. So now I can take all of my vectors in the x direction, all my vectors in the y direction, combine them, square them, and we can square root that product and get our resultant vector. Okay, so how would I say that? You guys like blue? Maybe I'll add blue in there. If you like blue, leave it down in the comments. Leave it down in the comments for the blues. Alright, our resultant vector, okay. Alright. So we have 5.2 plus, oh, not plus, minus 2.46. Alright, and that's squared. Then we're going to add that to 3.52. Square that. Okay? That is, for the simple math guys, that's going to be 2.8 squared plus 3.52 squared. Okay guys, let's square them. 2.8 squared is 7.84. I know it takes a long time. I know, guys. I know. 3.52 squared equals 12.4. Okay, and now we can add those up. Looks 12.4 plus 7.84 is 20. Just gonna say 25. Okay, square root that sucker. And we have an answer of 4.5. And that's exactly what the answer is in the back of the book. Alright, so that's our resultant vector. That's the magnitude of our resultant vector. That's what the magnitude is. Alright, so that's what this, and I shouldn't even say, give this vector, this is what the magnitude of that vector is. This is more accurately put mathematically by saying that this is the magnitude of that resultant vector. Okay? But now they want the direction. Guys, I'm gonna leave you. I'm gonna leave you soon, okay? I'm gonna be moving fast. Alright. They want the direction, so the direction we have to do. You guys just gonna have to catch up. For the direction we have to do tangent, and we're gonna tangent of the y direction over tangent of the x direction, that's correct. Inverse tangent, that is. What the hell? Inverse tangent. We're just having fun. We're just having fun, okay? Inverse, what is this? I have to get better at drawing and stuff. Inverse tangent, and so tangent 1, and we want the tangent xy over xx. Alright? So that's kind of like us saying tangent inverse 1 of 3.52 over 2.8. Why did I choose these values? I chose these values because those are the values that we have when we added right? Remember, we did this little add thing. This is 3.5 is added with 0, added to 0, which makes 3.5, okay? And we added them together. And when we added them together, we get that x and y value of the resultant vector. And that's what we're putting here, all right? The x and y value of the resultant vector. The y goes on top and the x goes on the bottom. And this is the process you use to find the angle, all right? I'm about to leave you guys, okay? All right, and so we use that, and we're going to come out with an angle of 25 degrees. I'll do that just to make sure for you guys, okay? 3.52 divided by 2.8. Did I say 25? I meant to say, see, look at that, 51.5. And let me see what the book says. And the book says that 52 is right, north of east, okay? North of east, oh yeah, that's right, okay? Because we are, boom, 52. That's the angle. Okay, I know you want to know how I got that angle. How I got the placement of this angle. Oh, goodness gracious. When we do this, tangent goes from 0, right? I don't know. Leave a note in the comments, let me know. Totally forgot. Okay. Anyways. Move on to the next one. My computer's just grasping for air. Alright, and so we're going to do, instead of adding them, we're going to do subtracting them. Alright, and so that'd be like saying, we're still finding the magnitude of the resultant vector. Okay, but instead of adding them, we're going to subtract them. Squared, and that is plus y squared. Okay, we're going to come down here. You'll get the hang of it. Alright, and we have 5.2 plus 2.46, and that's squared. And then we have plus, and we're subtracting 3.52 from 0, so we have negative 3.52 squared. Alright, it doesn't really even matter because we're going to square it anyways. The only guy that's really affecting is this right here. This guy right here, okay? Because here we did addition, and because they were opposite direction, the result was, here we did addition, because they were opposite direction, the result was a minus sign. And here we're doing subtraction, and so the result is going to be a positive sign. Hope that makes sense. Alright, okay, so 5.2 plus 2.45 is going to end up being 7.66 squared plus negative 3.52 squared. Alright, 7.66 squared is 58. Alright, we have 58.7 plus, and we got this before, 12.4. Okay, 58.7 plus 12.4 equals 71. 71.1, square root that guy. And we have 8.43. Alright, going to do the same thing down here with the tangent, the angle, tangent of, and that's going to be negative 352 over 7.66, and that's negative 3.52 over 7.66. Alright, and what do we get for that? We get a negative 25. Yeah, 25 south of east, right? That makes sense. Alright, so that should be 25 degrees that way. Alright, I hope that makes sense. This is south of east because we are referencing 0. What I'm doing when I say this tangent inverse is I'm picking a point 0, and I'm referencing from that. So whatever angle pops out of here is an angle that starts from 0 to that whatever that point is. And because it's negative 25, we're going down first, not up. Okay, so that's that. Resultant vector is, the proper way to write this is xr2 equals 8.43 at negative 25 degrees. Or instead of saying negative 25, I would prefer you say, what is that? 25 minus 360, calculator for 335 degrees. Alright, that would be your answer. Okay. Alright, glad you guys can make it. See you in the next one. We're going to be going a lot faster than this, but just trying to lay the foreground. Thanks.